Hey, what's up guys? Lago here. Today we're going to be looking at the YOLOPARK AMK Pro Series Optimus Prime Earth Mode from the Bumblebee movie. Here we have the box, we have a slip-on cover, and then inside we have a nice holographic box. This is AMK Pro, so we're going to have a lot of die-cast in here. And right off the bat, from the back, you can see all the die-cast that's being shown here. These are all die-cast pieces, and let's build. The build is not that hard. It's a couple pieces here and there. You could feel the die cast when building. It's a lot colder or heavier in this case when working on it. But it's very, very satisfying build. Feels like you're doing something, but it doesn't feel like you're doing too much. And that's what I love about these AMK Pro Series. That they feel like you're building, but it's not like overboard and it's not too simplified. So I love that. Here, look at that snap. Bam, that snap. I love the sound of these things just clicking on. Super cool. And while I'm doing this, check this out. It rolls. They have a lot of detail on them, like all the little gears and pistons and all that stuff is on display, and it looks fantastic. And once it's built, here's everything you get. You get a battle axe, you have a blaster, and let's just take a moment and look at this, man. This is what I felt like the first Bay Formers should have looked like. It's like an update to the iconic classic look, but it has those details. Of course, they're rolling, but it has all of those details that you want in a CGI type of movie. There's a lot of movable parts. You can see the chest opens up. We got those windows opening up. Very satisfying. A lot of this stuff is just these little intricacies that just make the figure feel so much more than just like a regular figure. You have these shoulder pads that open up. And yeah, let's take a look at the articulation here. We have the arm going up about that much. And then you can see that butterfly. Look at it. Look at that butterfly joint. Can get real in there. And I really love the engineering on these figures. We have the head going down about that much, then going up about that much. And then we also have the side-to-side movement, and everything feels solid. Everything feels like it's not fighting against you, and it just feels smooth. Feels buttery smooth. If you ever got one of these like Pro Series figures, you know what you're getting into. And there you go. We have the ab crunch there. Goes down quite a bit, but back not so much. Now let's go right over here and check out this double jointed elbow. And the forearm gets in the way sometimes, so you got to pull it out. So you can see right there, you push it up and in. And again, I just love that you see everything kind of like move and go back into its place and hide back into its place. So again, the engineering is fantastic. We have that waist swivel. Could go deeper, could go more. I just didn't go too much. And then we have the wrist pegs and the joints over here. We have the hands with two fingers that can move, and then the other fingers are kind of attached together. They also have hinges. Now let's take a look here. Look at that. You could just get these out of the way. Little skirt piece, I guess you can call it. And back here. And then we can see all of the range that you can get with the kick. So nice kick forward and then out. And again, I didn't show yet, but this has drop downs, so drop down hips going on. Now let's take a look at this knee joint. Look at the movement. I love that. You could see everything just like kind of moving and shifting back into place, just like a real robot would, you know. So I do appreciate that YOLOPARK does things like that. Like they're really taking it to the next level. Now you can see down here, we have a nice little hinge. We have some ankle rocker. We also have a toe joint that can go up and down. And then you can see that the foot here can go up and down quite a bit too. So all in all, it has quite a bit of articulation. You can get a lot of range with this figure. Another great part about this figure is it comes with pieces to make it from Earth mode to Cybertron mode. And just a few little pieces here and there, like the shoulder pad area and the forearm area, as well as the wheels on the legs. So it's pretty easy. You just got to remove these little parts here. Sometimes they're a little tougher than others, but once you get them off, it's fairly simple. So we're going to take these off here. This is giving me a bit of a hard time. There we go. And now we're going to go and add these pieces here. And this is the Cybertron pieces, and you can see it has a little tab there. And then you just press it on. It's pretty easy. You know, if you have trouble with this, you can just look at the booklet it comes with. It comes with an instruction manual too. So that's another option for you. Or you could just watch this video. But you're going to be sticking that right in there. And boom, you get it nice and tight, and you're closer to Cybertron mode. And now we're going to do the forearm pieces. This is a little trickier because you have to remove two parts. You got to remove the front part, and then you can remove the side part. And you could tell it's the piece by just looking at the pegs. It has two circular pegs in there. You stick that back in, and then you're going to go and add the front piece as well. So you have a little bit more blue in there. And we're going to add it over here. You're going to remove that one, and then you're going to remove this. And you're going to see the two little areas there. And then you're just going to stick that right in there and add the front piece as well. So we're almost there. We almost have Optimus in Cybertron mode. We're going to also remove these window pieces here and add the new ones. So you can just remove them from the hinge. Comes out pretty easily. But obviously, you know, be careful. There's always a possibility of them snapping, especially when you're removing and adding parts. So we're going to click them back in there. So we have that. Boom. That's in there. And then we're going to be putting the next one. And we're just going to press it on. And there we have it. And here's the difference. I don't see much of a difference other than like the windshield wipers. Might be the color as well. But I don't know. You tell me in the comments if you know more about this than me. To me, they look fairly similar, but I'm sure there's a difference because why would they add them? Next up, almost forgot, adding the wheels. So we're going to put the new Cybertron wheels on there. And these just look a little bit different. The hubcap or the rim area is not as silver and it has a different design to it. So you're just going to remove them and then stick them back in there. I still don't understand why other like companies don't make these. It's just so much fun to make them spin. I don't know how. It seems pretty easy to just add that, but hey, what do I know? But there we have it. We have Optimus Prime in Cybertron mode, looking awesome. I don't know which one I like more. I kind of feel like I like the Earth mode more. But anyway, let's move on to the weapons. We're going to be adding this blaster in here. And there's a little peg, and you just got to stick the peg into the little socket. And then you kind of have Optimus with his blaster. Of course, you can move the fingers to be a trigger finger hand if you'd like. Next up, we're going to be adding the axe. So again, same situation. You add the axe right onto that little indent in there. And then you have Optimus with his blaster and with his axe, looking pretty cool and ready for some action. Can't forget about the base. So next up we have the base. This is a nice new base. Has a really strong movable arm piece to hold up all of the weight from the diecast. And to install it, you just remove this little lower diaper area here from Optimus. And literally just stick that bad boy right in there. Yes, that just happened. But there you have Optimus on his new cool display stand. And it holds pretty well. Now take a look at all the details on this Optimus Prime. Again, they did not skimp out on the sculpt. Not only that, but the paint and the battle damage. Everything is there and done to perfection. I want to remind you guys, this is a more 1/12 figure. They made a larger version of this before, and it's just that they shrunk it down, possibly even made it better, because there's so many things going on here and you could just look at it for hours and see new things. And here we have Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie, looking lovely. This time we have him with his battle axe and his blaster, using some of the articulation points here. So you can see he can get low. I can't think of the Lil Jon song here, but he can get low, and just looks so cool. I love the way light hits it. It has all of that die cast in there to make it feel premium. Here we have Optimus with his other partner. This is from the Knights movie, and they're both from YOLOPARK. And clearly, if you have them in hand, one is much lighter than the other. This new one is very, very heavy compared to that one, and I like it. I like it more just because it feels like more of the older style Optimus. The Last Night one is a cool update, and I like it for that movie, but this is the Optimus I think of when I think of Optimus Prime. In the end, they're both awesome. Anything and everything I've gotten from YOLOPARK AMK Pro Series is awesome. They're just, once you get them, you're like, whoa, I can't believe this. And again, for the price, the price is like $65, which isn't bad here in the US. When you're looking at it compared to other things, and also just when you have it in hand and when you see it, it's kind of surprising that it's that cheap. And you could get it even cheaper if you want. You can use my code LAGO, LAGO, at the YOLOPARK site and get a 5% discount. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, thanks for visiting Lagoland. Peace out.